So I got a bunch of free tech from a tech repair shop that was moving locations. But can all this stuff be fixed? Keep watching to find out. Alright, let's turn this first one on. Huh. Post error. Okay, it's actually booting into what seems to be Windows 10. I'm obviously going to fresh install all the operating systems on these. So. Okay, so the second PC is the InWin, which I think is a custom-built PC. It has a Core i7 inside. So let's see if this works. Okay, it's lighting up. Intel desktop board inside. So, like I said, this does seem to be a custom build. Okay. Media test failure, check cable. Yep, because there is no hard drive. So let's see if I put a Windows 7 disk in here. Okay, it's booting into the Windows 7 USB. Okay, so for the last of the desktops, we have this old Dell Inspiron 530. Now this is a Windows Vista era machine, so it's not going to be that useful, but for whatever, let's see. Alright, it's loud fan startup. Alright, seems to be booting. Check some error. Diskette seek failure F1. Now I don't think this has a hard drive in it from what I know, but I guess we'll find out here in a moment. Yep, no boot device available. Unfortunately, this doesn't have any disk drives in it either. So. Okay, so this next one is an Apple iMac, which, funnily enough, you can see my reflection in. So let's turn it on. Now this one I do not know much about. This one I haven't opened or anything because it's an iMac. They're a little more complicated to open than opening, for example, one of those desktops, which I kind of knew what to expect, so. So it did eventually just reach macOS utilities for reinstall, so let's move to the next one. The thing we have is this MacBook, which does not seem to have a battery. Alright, it's booted. Now I have to confess, I took the battery out of this because it was so swelled that I didn't trust it. But this does seem to actually have stuff on it, which means it will need to be reset before I end up using it, but it is a early 2009 or late 2009 model. The next step was the cleaning process. So I started off with the MacBook Pro, and it had this sticker residue on it. So I used this stuff. My dad had used this for cars called Goo Gone, which got rid of it. Then I wiped off the bottom, tried to get whatever was on the bottom off. Then I cleaned the top of the MacBook, and then I cleaned the screen, which actually ended up coming out pretty good once I was done. Then I went to the iMac, so I started with the back, and it came out pretty good. The problem was there were a lot of scratches on it that I simply couldn't get off because they were so permanent and stuck on there. The next thing I did was the screen, and then I had to take the screen off because there were some smudges on the display that were underneath the glass. So I decided to give the glass a little clean too, and then I magneted it back on. The next was this little Dell laptop that I didn't look at. I didn't have a charger for it, but it wasn't that dirty, so it came out pretty nice. Next was the HP desktop, which I vacuumed out. And then I took the hard drives out, cleaned them off. I put them back in, reconnected them, and closed up the side panel. Then I wiped everything down with a Lysol wipe to get it nice and clean. Then was the Dell PC, which I vacuumed out pretty quick. That side panel had some spray paint or something on it. It was kind of gross. Next, I went to the custom build and vacuumed the inside, and I wiped it off, as you can see here. Lastly was a couple of operating system installs, and then we were done. So there you have it. 6 computers that were restored from almost junk and nothing to fully working machines that can run well and work like they were originally meant to be. This has been a Tower Tech Tutorials video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again in the next video. Bye!